Hi you all, welcome to my channel. My name is Bhagyashri Chaturvedi. Today we are going to make a short video on the review and summary of the book in 5 points. The book is The Art of Letting Go. It is a book about how the things which are not in your control does really affect you, but the way which we can be away from it, it is shown in this book. It tells you about how attachment to somebody or something causes you stress, and the things just go in your life with ease. But when you just have the art of letting go, you learn this art, it really helps you in making your mind blissful. You are devoid of all this stress and you are really working towards your progress. So today we are going to summarize it in 5 points, and the other parts will come in the part 2. So the first point is, if things are not under your control, let it be the way it is and not take unnecessary stress. How the karma says, you must work on your karma and the result really does not should matter to you. But does it really the things go? No, we all expect something. If you're putting some efforts, time to something, to somebody in a relationship or something like that, so you have an expectation. But in true sense, if you really want to achieve the wisdom of and the peace of your mind and heart, you need to push, have the process involved and not the result. Like for something you have prepared for an examination, like competitive examination, or you are in relationship, or maybe the parenthood relationship, the maternal relationship, and if doesn't the things don't go well, it doesn't should affect you, but it does. So this is the art, that if things are not under your control, you have put in all your efforts for the examination, you have put in 8 hours of study, but if things are not going good, it is not your worry. Second point is non-judgmental thinking for moving forward and accepting it in a more compassionate way. Attach labels like he or she and not I. Something has bad happened to you and you should not label it as that I am feeling stressed, I am feeling bad. Attach the non-judgmental thinking to it. Attach that yes, Bhagyashri has not got something like she has not scored well in her examination and she is not feeling well. Attach the third person pronoun. It just makes you that you are and your words, like your personality, and the result is different. That if you are a person who have not done this work, how will you be affected by it, and not consider that yes, it was affected to me only. So have a non-judgmental thinking. Label every activity in an objective way. That yes, I'm not feeling sad, Bhagyashri is not feeling sad. Like describe it, feel the statement, assess how life would look like without this judgment. अगर आप ये judgment नहीं देते हो तो क्या life खराब हो जाएगी? For example, if you're not making the judgment, I'm feeling sad, my back is aching like that. अगर आप statement नहीं देंगे, आपकी life पे कुछ impact होगा. And if yes, you did that statement, वो जरूर आपको affect कर देगा. Third, self-distancing oneself from the source of strong emotions or conflict to become emotionally stable and reduce the negative thoughts. Generally, it talks about making a physical distance, or self-distancing means to get away from the source of conflict, to get away the source of stress and anxiety. Just like you have a fight with your parents, like mummy, and she said something to you which hurted you. There's no need to reply her back. You can just have a self-distancing from that moment for maybe about for half an hour or 1 hour, the things will go right. But if you in that scenario replied back on in a ferocious way, you started retaliating towards her, it is going to make the conditions more worse and retaliation will continue forever. I know I was like that, but this book really helps, and I'm able to give all these statements because I have been awakened by this book and how really a personality can change with self-help books. So the next point is about changing one's mentality from perfectionism to excellentism. Progress is not linear. Celebrating small victories is important. So this point tells that sometimes you expect from yourself something which is inhuman, like robotic kind of thing, that you can work more than 10 hours a day, but your body gives up, your mind gives up, and sometimes you feel that you can do it, but at the end of the day, you are not able to do it. So the guilt of not doing everything causes your mental stress, and which should not be. you must treat yourself in a compassionate way. You should be kind towards yourself. You should set the targets the more realistic you can. Like for a competitive exam, if somebody is studying, you should take the target of studying 8 hours a day. Or if you're an influencer, you should have a target of making one content reel or YouTube video a day. You can't do 10 reels in a day. You can't study 14 hours in a day if you're not capable to. So set realistic targets which can help you grow step by step way and not try to be very perfect. Because perfect is not something ideal and nobody can't be perfect. Accept the feelings and impact on one's thoughts. Be kind and compassionate towards it. Something bad has happened to you and you think that taking those feelings inside you can help you grow. But at the end of the day, you have to bring it out to somebody, to something. Like you can even bring it out on a diary like this. I often use these things because sometimes it is very harsh on yourself and it's very harsh on your heart that you take all the things in your heart and keep it there. But you have to treat yourself very, very gently at days when you're not feeling good. And you have to do the step of acknowledging it so that you can be you have no attachment to it. So these are the 5 points which I wanted to elaborate on it, and it is a kind of a summary. So the next 5 points I will discuss in the another video. So thank you for your attention here, and do let me know if I make all these kind of videos or you want anything else. Thank you.